This week, I'm going to lead you through a short yoga practice for after or in between long periods of sitting. So we're going to do only 5 movements, 5 poses that you can use to counteract long periods of sitting. Let's get started. For this week's practice, you don't need any props and you don't even necessarily need yoga clothes. So our intention is to do a short practice that you can do just in your everyday clothes when you need to get off your seat and do a bit of movement. We're going to start from lying down, and pretty much all of our practice is lying down today. So find a space for yourself where you have some room around you to come lie down on your back. And if you need to find that space, you can pause the video and then continue when you have that space. Starting lying down on the back. Make sure you have a bit of space, a bit of room on each side of you. And then when you feel that you have found your back, your pelvis comfortably on the floor, on the mat, step your feet a bit wider apart than your hips and bend your knees so your both feet are on the mat. And the first movement, the first pose we're going to do is a reclining deer, starting from lying down on the back. And this is to open and release the hip flexor line. And on this first side, bring your right leg in and down towards the left side of the mat, keeping the knee bent, so allowing the right leg to lean towards the left. And this might be a good place for you, keeping the left knee pointing up towards the ceiling, looking for a bit of opening between your thigh and your chest. So that's that hip flexor line. So you might feel it around the belly area. If you only feel it in the hip joint, then try to adjust the position of that right leg. You could extend your right arm over the head, and that might catch the top part of that hip flexor line more. If this version doesn't seem to work for you, try opening that left leg out to the left side as well, so that both knees are pointing towards the left side of the mat. And that might change how you feel. And we're going to take another 5 breaths here, allowing your breaths to slide all the way down towards the belly, as if you're breathing all the way down towards that right leg. Keeping shoulders soft, keeping neck soft. And then after your 5 calm breaths, slowly bring the left knee, bring the right knee back up, bring the right arm back down. And we're going to do the same to the other side. So now on this side, again, check your feet are maybe a bit wider than the hips. We're going to bend the left leg inwards towards the right side of the mat. So there's internal rotation in that right hip. And again, you can adjust the position of the left leg. On this side, you can bring the left arm over the head. Again, you might feel that that catches more sensations kind of a bit higher up, maybe in the chest region, below the ribs. And then you have that second variation where you would open the right leg out to the right side of the mat. Again, we're looking for sensations now somewhere between the left thigh and the chest. The big hip flexor muscle, the psoas, it's a very deep one, starting or attaching to your thigh bone, going deep inside the pelvis, moving deep close to the spine, attaching quite high up in your spine, quite close to the chest area. So it's a long, deep line that might hold a lot of tension from sitting. Now let's take another few breaths on the second side. Again, check your shoulders are soft. And then slowly bring the right knee up. If you had it out on the side, bring the left knee up. Bring your both arms down next to the sides. And then you could step your feet a bit closer together, preparing for a bridge pose. So now feet in a place where you feel you can press both feet down, arms next to the sides. Exhale, pressing down through the feet. Lift your pelvis, lift your back off the mat. And if you feel that you can't keep your both feet grounded, you might adjust the feet, maybe walk them a bit further out or a bit further in. And now opening through the whole front line. And at the same time, we are strengthening, engaging the back line. You could walk your shoulder blades a bit closer together. Maybe interlock fingers behind the back, under the pelvis. That might help to open the chest, the shoulders more. Try to keep inner thighs engaged. And breathe. Allow the chest, the ribs to open as you breathe in. Make sure there's no pinching in the lower back. You can always come a bit lower down if you feel you're going too much into the lower back. Shoulders pressing down as well. Take another breath or two in and out. It might be a nice stretch in the neck as well. And then slowly exhale, release your bridge, release the arms, the back, the pelvis down. Breathe in and out. And then from lying down on the back, we're going to roll onto our belly. So come lie down on the front and extend your both legs behind you. And then extend arms in front of you. We're going to do the twisted cobra pose, twisted cobra movement. First side, step left hand under the left shoulder. And then as you inhale, start to open your chest off the mat and slightly out to the left side. So there's a twist and a back bend going on. With the next exhalation, release the chest back down and change arms the other way around. Now right hand under right shoulder. Inhale, open the chest away from the mat and turn the chest towards the right side. And next exhalation, again release down. We're going to do this a couple more times. Change hands the other way around. And as you inhale, now turning slightly to the left, opening the chest away from the mat. The left hand pressing down. And exhale, release down. So now we are mobilizing more the upper back. You can change the arms, change hands. And as you inhale, turn out to the right side and open the chest. Getting movement in the upper spine. And exhale, release down once more. Change arms. And as you inhale, open chest towards the left side. There's a twist in the spine. And exhale, release down. Last time out to the right. Change the hands. And inhale, open chest out to the right. Peeling the chest off the mat. And next exhalation, release back down. You can lean the head down, you can breathe in and out. And then we are going to roll back onto our back. So just roll back. And we're going to come into a happy baby pose. So now when you are on your back, hug knees in towards the chest and then open your hips as if you're bringing knees towards the armpits. Feet stay close together. Reach hands either to your ankles or hold the feet, or you could bring hands behind the knees, behind the thighs. Where do you feel it's easy to reach now? If you're holding the feet, you can hold the outside or inside of the feet. And this could already be plenty enough. There's an opening, maybe in the groin area, the hamstrings, inner thighs. Maybe you get a bit of a stretch in the lower back. So you could keep your knees bent. If you want to go one step further, lift the right foot up towards the ceiling. And then see if you could lift the left foot up towards the ceiling as well. That might intensify the sensations in the hamstring area, so back of the thighs, hip area, maybe the lower back. And it might be quite nice to move here. You could rock from side to side. You could bend and straighten the legs, kind of one leg straightening, one leg bending. Now opening more the back line, inner thighs. Still keeping shoulders as soft as possible. Take a couple more breaths with this movement. Feel free to play with it. It's quite a playful pose, playful movement. Breathe all the way down towards the belly. And then slowly we start to release the feet down. So bend the knees, let go of your legs, bring your feet down to the mat. And then extend your legs, come down into full Shavasana pose, resting pose, lying down on the back. You can let your feet fall out or fall in. You can let your arms open out to the sides. I suggest bringing one hand to the belly, other hand somewhere to the ribs, at the bottom of the rib cage. This is our final, fifth pose in the practice. Focus on the breath and allow your body to rest away from a seated pose. Some people find it easier to deepen the breath when they're lying down rather than sitting. So that's the intention in this pose. Focus on ease of breath and maybe allowing the breaths to move just a bit deeper into the body. And when we don't need to use the back, we don't need to activate the core, everything can soften. So allow the belly to move as you breathe in and out. Allow the ribs to move as you breathe in and out. Allow chest to move as you breathe in and out. Give yourself another 5 calm, slow breaths in and out in this Shavasana pose. If your neck feels tense, rock the head from side to side. Also release the jaw. Check that you're not biting teeth together. Take one more breath in and out. And if you have time, if you want, you can stay lying down for longer. Feel free to extend your Shavasana pose and feel free to extend your practice if you have time. But to keep this practice rather short, I'm suggesting we slowly start to close the practice. So from lying down, you could roll onto one side, bring yourself up into a brief seat. So comfortable, easy seat where you can close the practice. If it's part of your practice, bring palms together in front of the chest. And as always, as we arrive at the end of the practice, thank yourself for taking some time to look after yourself, and thank yourself for giving your body, your mind a break from a seated pose. Namaste. Thank you very much. Good. I do hope you feel good now and you enjoyed the practice. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. There will be loads more yoga videos coming up, lots of free classes and other yoga related content coming up. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.